Welcome to the Ausgel podcast, where we bring the gel ball community together. Each week we have a special guest where we talk about what's new in the world of gel ball, be it milsim, speedball, and everything in between. Now, welcome to our host. Hi, I'm Dan from Ausgel.
I'm Mitch, also known as Vague Strategist from YouTube.
And today I'm joined by the Vague Strategist channel from YouTube. Mitch, thanks for coming along, mate. Tell us about your background before gel ball.
Yeah, so primarily just been heavily into games for a long time and always kind of watched Airsoft for the last few years.
When you say games, you mean like skirmish games or PC games or?
A bit of both. I used to play a little bit of paintball and laser tag every now and then.
Oh, cool.
But primarily PC games like Armour, for example.
You're an Armour guy. Anything else?
Lots of different bits and pieces. Primarily things like Armour, DayZ,
Yep.
Star Citizen, Elite
Cool.
Dangerous. List goes on.
Yeah, excellent. All right, and how did that lead into your journey towards gel ball?
Yeah, once I found out about it, I thought it'd be great fun. You know, just give it a shot, see what happens. That was 2 years ago now. I think April 2019 was around my first kind of game time.
Yeah.
And from there, went down the rabbit hole.
Addiction sucked you in, and you're in the world of gel ball with the rest of us.
Yep.
Excellent. All right. Well, let's talk about the beginning of your YouTube channel then. How did that all come about? Because you got like what, over 1,000 followers now?
Yeah, it's like 1,100 or something.
That's awesome.
Fluctuates a bit.
Yeah. So how did that come about?
It was just something I started as I just want to share the gameplay. You know, I thought it was fun, and I thought hopefully maybe someone will stumble across it and they'd fall into the rabbit hole like I did.
Yeah.
And they'd start playing, and it kind of went from there and grew a lot more than I expected it to.
Oh, that's always a good thing. All right, now, look, I know that you've attended speedball events in the past because we actually had you on one of our videos way back in the day. I think it was during the very first Speedsoft Australia tournament.
Yeah, I think it was the first official one.
Back at Eagle Sports Complex, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
Because you rocked up with Low Guido, who was visiting from down south. But we can see in amongst all of that you have a passion for milsim. So what is it that draws you into the milsim world?
It's a bit of it's a really nerdy one, honestly.
Yeah.
I love gear and like the whole tactical aspect.
That's when he says gear, he means tactical gear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I love that whole kind of aspect and doing loadouts and things like that.
Yeah.
Things like in Armour, you know, I've spent hours developing loadouts with mates, making it look tactical and what works and so on. And also the kind of heavy team play aspect of it as well. I've always really enjoyed more that side of kind of team play.
Oh, that's interesting. And you made mention about the gear there as well. And, you know, it's something I find really impressive about our industry. You know, we can affect so many others out there as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the tack gear that you buy, previously there was only really a market for that stuff in, you know, disposals, like, or, you know, real soldiers wanting to buy stuff to supplement their own stuff. But, I mean, I guess a lot of those stores, they've probably seen like a massive uprising in sales for people like you and milsim.
It's definitely something I've actually spoken to stores about. Valhalla Tactical is not too far from my place, so I tend to
Great
go
blokes. Yeah, they're down in Enoggera.
Yeah, Enoggera, yeah. So I've gone in there. I was actually looking for weight plates, and I went in there with my plate carrier at the time and spoke to Odin.
Odin.
Yeah.
How you going, Odin? I've met him a couple of times now. Yeah, he's a nice fella.
Yeah, he's a really nice bloke. We just nerded out for like an hour about gear and plate carriers and stuff, and we just kind of went down that rabbit hole. And it's good to see because there's never been, you know, that gear industry.
Oh, mate, and Odin is extremely passionate about you know, tack gear. I mean, I remember I went in there a while ago. This is many moons ago to purchase one of the 511 rush packs. And I remember when I went to purchase it, he basically gave me this full detailed rundown, the history of the pack, how it came into existence. And he was probably more excited than I was.
It was the same for me.
Great.
It was the same for me because I went and I've got a few I've got a few 511 bags now.
Yeah.
I have like a 72-hour pack, which I used to use as my kind of primarily, let's just take everything to a casual game kind of thing. But it was becoming a bit much, so I've got a sling bag instead now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, bit of a change there.
Yeah, a lot lighter. A lot lighter.
That's good.
Easier.
Yeah, it's funny because I guess from, in the military, you see a lot of people normally start off wearing everything they possibly can. Then with experience, they cut a lot of stuff away and they end up with a really sort of light setup. And I'd imagine it's quite the same in that world as well.
Yeah, I mean, for a lot of the guys I know, a lot wear the plastic plates for their plate carriers just to keep it keeping in shape. I wear a weight plate with mine. So I've got a 2.5 kilo in mine in the front.
Yep. Is that to try and give some sort of simulation on the weight of carrying an actual plate, or
it's more exercise. Really.
Okay, cool. That's good.
I prefer it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, my kit, for example, at Parabellum was about 20 kilos.
Okay.
So I ran a lot of gear.
Yeah.
And I learned from that, and I changed a lot of things. And it all comes with experience.
Yeah.
Over time, you learn. Oh, this works having it here, or this works having it here. This gets in the way.
You figure out what's comfortable for you when you're moving around.
Yeah,
out there.
exactly. Yeah, and it takes some time, but
Good
once
stuff.
you figure it out, you figure it out.
Excellent. So, noting that you've had exposure to both, do you have a favourite gel blaster?
That's a hard one because the industry's changing so quickly, and there's so many things. But I'm kind of torn at the moment between my APS AK that I run and also my M4 that I've built up.
Ah, yes.
So it's definitely a 50-50 at the moment. I really do love the APS. I've been using it the longest, so I'd say that's probably my favorite.
So here we go. This is going to be probably controversial because we all know that there's been this lifelong argument about what's better between an AR and an AK.
Yeah.
Now, objectively, when I look at both of those blasters, I think, look, an AK mag, typically you're going to fit more gels into it. So for me, it seems like the more functional option. What's your opinion on the AR versus AK debate?
Doesn't really matter, really, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You run what you want. I mean, I've been using my M4. I find it's easier to make it look tactical and all that compared to the AK, because the AKs, a lot of them on the market, you need to get, I had to get a new handguard for mine.
Yeah.
And put that on, which gave me rails, and went from there. And I personally, I don't really have a preference. I'm not very Western or Eastern kind of gear set. I'm very in the middle. I consider myself to be more of a PMC, even though my gear is more Western based. But I mean, we look at the real world, and Eastern, they're using more Western gear now because, I mean, it just works.
Oh, it's cool. It's one of the things I've always found fascinating about the milsim community. I've personally never been heavily involved in it. I've attended some very light events, but one thing I do notice is, contrary to what politicians used to think about people who do milsim, it's not about trying to be in the military or form some kind of militia. I found it's actually full of a lot of collectors, people who genuinely enjoy collecting this gear, and it gives them the opportunity to actually wear it somewhere. So.
Yeah, it is. I've met a few guys. I personally only have like 3 sets of uniforms.
Yeah.
But I know guys with like 5+.
Yeah.
There's guys that have like gear where they've tried to replicate gear like from the 80s or 90s or, this certain era or this certain mission. Or, all sorts of stuff. And it's really interesting. You meet a lot of different people in the community, which is really nice.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, it does look like a pretty tight-knit community, and I think realistically within Gelball, it's probably the one area that hasn't grown as much, obviously, as Speedball.
Yeah.
But it'd be great to see a lot more people getting involved in that side of Gelball as well. So.
Yeah, I've definitely been working in the background on a lot of things recently.
Excellent.
I've been playing out at Milsim East on the Milsoft Sundays, and like for people that want to get into Milsim, or just like have something.
And Travis has done an amazing job, hasn't he? I mean, Travis, he throws so much support behind the Milsim community, also the Speedball community, but he's heavily invested in Milsim, and I think it's great.
Yeah, like he's done with what he has access to, he's done absolutely amazing work. They've developed things that are just, they're so much fun.
Yeah.
Like we were told that there was mines at Parabellum 1.
Huh.
No one ever ran into them.
Yep.
But we were all wanting to pay someone to step
Yeah.
on one because we all just wanted to see them go off because,
Yep.
it's the first time that mines have really been seen
Yeah.
in gel ball.
And they're fake mines for those of you just joining us. They're not real mines, okay?
Yeah, just a flour cloud.
Yep.
So you just step on it, and apparently it's a 25-foot cloud of flour.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have to call your hit then, won't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I think it would be a bit hard for anyone to avoid calling
Yeah.
it, honestly.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. All right. So favourite blaster, I guess, was an AK variant, was that right?
Yeah, so my APS AK.
Excellent, yeah.
So that's, it's heavy.
Nice.
It's all heavy, it's all full metal.
But it's a sexy blaster, of course.
It's nice, yeah. At the moment, it doesn't really have many attachments. I'm kind of working out what to use and what's realistic. For example, I was running an L-can at it for Parabellum, and that's things like 800 grams.
Yeah.
So
oh, that's
extra
that
weight.
massive optic that sits on top. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bulky.
Yeah. Oh, cool. But they're a nice looking optic though as well.
Yeah. They're my favorite.
Oh, that's cool. All right. Now, who is your favorite gel baller? If you had to look at a personality, you can't pick Low Guido because I know he's your mate.
Yeah. I interact with so many people, so it's so hard. I don't want to pick favorites.
Oh, do it here. It just adds to the controversy.
It would have to be Ray from Mad Dogs.
Ray Tisner.
Yep.
There you go, guys. Ray Tisner, the philosopher himself.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. So you heard it here first. Ray Tisner is Vague Strategist's favourite gel baller. Anyone who did not make that list, feel free to verbally bash him later on.
I'll be copping plenty later.
Excellent. All right. And how about airsoft, mate? Do you have a favourite airsofter?
Yeah, so that would be Airsoft Alphones.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
With the beard?
Yeah, with
the fake beard?
Yeah.
Oh,
Man
excellent.
after my own heart.
Yeah. He is hilarious. He is
Yeah,
fantastic to
yeah.
watch. Yeah.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed his content. I've always...
Excellent. Hoping to get him on the show here at some stage in the future.
Yeah,
so
it'd be
that'd
really good.
pretty
I'd be
cool.
keen to see that.
Yeah, fantastic. All right. Now, most importantly, 1v1 versus, you versus Low Guido. Who would win?
Guido's fast. He's really fast.
But does that mean he would win?
I think I have the edge on him in some aspects.
Yep.
But it's pretty tight, but I'd say I'd win.
There you go. Dean, he's called you out there, mate. You guys are going to have to sort out a 1v1 next time you're visiting.
Yep.
All right, good stuff. Well, Mitch, look, mate, it's been a pleasure having you on the podcast. Thanks again for making the trip up here from Samford, a bit of a drive up to Caboolture.
Yeah.
Now, mate, can you please tell us how our viewers can find you, the Vague Strategist, across social media?
Yeah, so I have my YouTube under Vague Strategist. There's links for everything in the description for my videos. So there's Twitch, there's Patreon, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, I think I still have the OnlyFans link in there.
Oh, jeez.
And what else? That's pretty much everything, really. It's all in the description of my videos.
Awesome.
Every single time
So
I
people
upload.
can watch you play Armour on Twitch.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I haven't streamed for a bit, but yeah.
You might have to start doing it after this.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, cool. All right, and guys, as always, I'm Dan from Ausgel. You can find Ausgel at www.ausgel.com.au, across all the socials as Ausgel, and on Instagram at AusgelAmmo. Thanks very much for watching. See you later. Thanks for tuning into our podcast. It means a lot to us. If you enjoyed today's podcast, leave a comment or review below and hit the follow or subscribe button. If you have any questions or want to be part of a future episode or even want to know more about Ausgel, head to ausgel.com.au to get in touch.